Welcome to Carve Ramrod. I'm Matt, and today I'm making a shield. Cue the intro! Today we're cutting 3/4 inch pine, and I'm going to be cutting it on the CNC machine over here with 1/4 inch end mill bit for the rough cut and a 1/4 inch ball nose for the finishing cut. Let's get the computer and mock it up. We'll set up our material here. We have 11 1/4 inch width, 19 inch height, and a thickness of 3/4 inch. That looks good. Alright, now we just need to find ourselves a shield. I'm going to go over to Thingiverse, and I found this shield right here. It looks pretty good. It's a design for 3D printing, but this is going to work just fine for us. Now we'll go over here and Vectric to our modeling, and we're going to import that shield we just found. There she is. We're just going to change the scaling a little bit. We'll make it the right depth and okay. That looks a little small, so we're going to go ahead and scale it up a little. Use up more of that material. And we're going to leave a little space around the model so that we can cut our profile out without running off of our material and making a mess of things. Alright, so this is scaled up about as much as it can be. Now let's make sure we didn't go too deep. So that looks good actually. I think that's going to be about it for the modeling portion. We'll save our file. And move on to creating our toolpaths. So I think, as I said, we're going to do a 1/4 inch bit for our profile and probably our roughing pass. So let's start with the profile. Let's see. I'm going to choose our material setup. Okay, that looks good. Let's do our 1/4 inch end mill is already selected. That's perfect. This we're just going to leave alone. We do want to add tabs because this is how we're going to hold it in place while we finish cutting. So we need to first create a vector that we can cut the profile out of, and we want to do that from our model here. So I believe we can come over to the modeling tab and here we are. Create vector boundary around selected components. Now we have a vector. We can go back over to our toolpath, and now we select this vector here, and we're going to calculate it, and we'll do a quick preview. But we don't have any tabs yet, so that doesn't help us. Let's reset that, and we're going to modify this to add some tabs. I think this is a good spot here, and here, here. Move that down maybe a little bit, and here. I think those should hold us in place while we finish cutting. We're going to go ahead and close that, recalculate this, preview all toolpaths, and now you see we have tabs. So we're going to cut the profile first, and these tabs are going to hold it in place so that it doesn't go flying off the machine bed. So we have our profile cut. Now we're going to add our roughing pass. And we're going to, still using the 1/4 inch end mill bit, do our roughing. Let's calculate that. We're going to reset and preview all toolpaths. See what we look like. We're getting somewhere. Now all that's left is to switch bits and run a finishing pass. I'm going to do that right here. This is going to be a 1/4 inch ball nose, which is already selected. That's perfect. And let's calculate that. Alright, let's see what we've got. I love it. We are all set to go. So we've got our toolpaths created. We just need to export these to a file for the software that runs the machine. So I'm going to first save my file here. And then we are going to save toolpaths. Now, since 2 of these are using the same bit, we can actually export those as one toolpath. So we don't need to run 3 separate programs, but we can run just the 2. So let's select these. And we're going to select output all visible toolpaths to one file. It's going to be a .g-code file. I'm going to save this as profile and rough 0.25 inch. So that's going to be a 1/4 inch and mil bit. That's saved. Now we'll save our finishing pass as one separate one. This is going to be finish 0.25 inch. That's going to be ball nose. Let's just make sure we have our files here. Perfect. We have our 2 G-code files, and now we can send it over to the CNC machine and get carving. Let's get to it. So to get our material set up, I'm going to be using these cam clamps that I cut out of some plywood. They work pretty good, keeps it simple. I'm going to put down a couple pieces of wasteboard here so that I don't mess up the machine bed too bad. That's the hope anyway. We've got our material. Throw down right here, and we're going to clamp it into place. Now it's good and sturdy. We're going to put our bit in. Our first cut's going to be the profile and the rough cut. So we're going to use this 1/4 inch and mil bit. Now we're ready to get cutting. Woo! There it is. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty happy how this came off the machine. I think it looks pretty good. Next we're gonna do some finishing and cleaning up. Make it nice and pretty. Every shield needs a handle. I made this one out of a scrap piece of 2x4. Thank you very much for watching. I had a lot of fun making this video, and I really hope somebody out there enjoys it. I look forward to reading your feedback, and I'll see you on the next one.